Good evening, everybody. Right, we'll try again. Good evening. How's everyone doing? Nice to see you all. You're probably thinking, "Oh no, he's back again." Right. Let's give you a rundown. Okay, last time you said 6 days ago, the count was I think it was 4 UFOs. We're up to about 9 UFOs now. So what's happened with them and all the conspiracy behind it? Well, at one point I did hear they'd got a body. They've got a body out of one of them. Now, since then, nothing. So I'm going to say that was probably a bit of fake news, that one. So we've had Ukraine and Russia both have reported UFOs. Russia, we did see film of them shooting down something. Not exactly sure what. Obviously, Alaska and Canada. Yes, they again have shot down something. They've recovered one there. The Americans have shot down another 2 previous to that one. The Chinese have had their reports, and then again today they've had one washed up on the beach. Although I saw the picture and I automatically went, well, that looks like a Second World War anti-ship mine, to be quite honest, or a rather large buoy from a boat. It doesn't look anything extraterrestrial or anything like that. So we're subjects out on that. So in the UK, they had a meteor come down last week, but no one was hurt or anything like that. It did give off. It did explode in the sky. So it's nice if you were down south and managed to see that. But bar that, no, we're actually pretty much, we haven't had any UFOs reported being shot down. But then we haven't got much, according to the news, we haven't got much to shoot it down by, probably a blowpipe or something, the way they're going, the British forces are so run down. Right. Okay, so that's our UFO knowledge at the moment. As I said many times on the UFO channel, I just keep giving you rundowns of what's going on. There's a lot of things going. I was wrong. I said that there was 22,000 pieces of space junk up in the orbiting the Earth. There isn't. There's actually about 1.5 million bits apparently floating around, from the size of a tiny little bit to a pea to old space stations and all sorts. So I was quite shocked to find that figure out. Right, so there's an interesting bit. If you're interested in the sci-fi side of it, I do think that there's something going on with the moon at the moment. Also, if you watch Voyager 1, is sending strange signals back as well. But I think someone's making it up as they're going along on that one. So I'd like to know what's actually going on there. So I'll be looking at that this week as well. Obviously, the Chinese, they've got their space stations going wonderfully there. Okay, what other news have we got? Well, obviously, I can't believe this, but in Turkey, they're still pulling the odd person out from, I think it's something like 10 days now since the earthquake. The death rate is going up and up and up as they recover the bodies. But now and again, miracles are happening and certain people are being pulled out. So thank you very much for that, for a bit of a miracle on those. So that's that one. Now, I did watch the other night about, they're saying about in America, I'm not going to startle anybody or anything like that, they were saying that a guy in America, he's forecasting that the San Andreas fault is on the edge of eruption. Looking at the previous its results and everything like that, and its history and everything like that, so, but they've said that for a long time, so don't put much faith in that, but you never know. Always better safe than sorry. Right. In the UK, well, the UK, unfortunately, I'm going to have to mention it. We're having a lot of problems with the UK with these hotels that are putting up illegal immigrants. I'm not going to say anything what other people are saying. Oh, they're not illegal immigrants, or they're whatever you want to call it. No, if you haven't got permission, you land on our beaches. That's illegal. So you are an illegal immigrant. That's what that means. So I'm not going to hide from it and call it anything but what it is. So one guy, he's been deported. No, he hasn't. Sorry, he's been sentenced now. He's actually killed two people abroad. and then he's killed another person here, and he's saying he's like 15 when he came to the country. He's not 15. I think he's nearly 30 or something like that. So that's just a joke. That's just a joke. It needs to be stopped and stamped straight away. They ought to say to you, if you lie about your thing and we find out, instantly you're going away. To be quite honest. And let's face facts, Germany, when they were going to invade us in Operation Sea Lion in World War II, I think there was 90,000 troops were involved. That was a full-blown invasion with tanks, planes, ships, the whole lot. And we put our army on the beach. And so far, 44,000, I think, this year. With the numbers from last year and the previous years, that's more than the German army is going to invade us with. So if people are saying it's not an invasion, sorry, but check your history, it is. And obviously you can tell straight away that the people of Great Britain have had enough. They really have had enough. I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to explain in my own words why they've had enough and all the problems are starting to occur. I'll give you an example. 2 weeks ago, I went into a shop, the same shop, and I went to buy a tin pie. A very famous tin pie. We all know what they're on about. You know which pies I mean. They were 2 for £3. I went into the same shop today. It's £3 for one. £3 for one. So it's doubled in price in the space of a week and a half. I got every bill I can think of now is actually saying, oh, due to inflation, we're going to have to put our prices up. We're going to have to put our prices up. We're going to have to put our prices up. I can tell you now, the government have to do something now. And if you can't do anything in the next couple of weeks, then my forecast, unfortunately, will be just dire news all the time. We already see people out on the streets. We've got all the strikes going off, which you can't sort out, but you can send money abroad. You've got everybody is trying to keep up with the cost of living, and there's no money from the government. You've just awarded yourself a pay rise, £2,500 each. Why? You have expenses, so that's absolute rubbish. Nobody's believing anything you say. So. People, there is 3.8. This was old news, so nearly a month old now. 3.8 million people actually struggling to feed themselves in this country. They are starving. So, wow. But you can award yourself £2,500. So you're up to I think it's £86,000 each member of Parliament. You get everything paid for you, your electric bills, council tax, water bills, your mortgage, and then you have £86,000 on top of that, but you claim everything through your expenses. So you are not on even the same planet as the rest of the population. And then you wonder why people are going out on the streets, getting annoyed. This, unless you do something, is just the start. It's going to get worse. Another 4 weeks, then we're into the big hike for the electric and the gas again. I've worked it out. Unless you come up with a plan to help everybody, it's going to be round about £200 a month for the lowest workers. They're going to have to find more than they're on now. Okay? They have not got that sort of money available. And the disgracefulness that something people are playing. One school actually took the food off the children. This was reported, but not many people covered it. They took the children's food off them because the parents hadn't put enough money on the card for the child to have a dinner. Now, that is not setting a good example. With one of my previous partners, I brought up a little girl, and I smoked. I used to smoke them. And I'll tell you what, I would go without with cigarettes. I'd go without food. I'd go without anything to make sure if she could have a little sweet. I really would. And I did, many times. I couldn't in good heart take food off a child. But to take food off a child and say in front of people and do that, absolutely, I would be in that. I don't think anything would hold me back. I'd be absolutely livid. Anyway, so it's not very good. And then you've got them rebelling against the mayor of London, coming out with these silly ideas. Okay, if you want to charge somebody £112, I think it is a day to go in because to use this transport, then okay, what will happen is this is what happened. London will turn into a massive slum because, first of all, none of the suppliers can afford that, so they'll stop supplying your shops. So your shops will go. So you'll have to travel out for that piece, and they'll go, "Why travel out? I might as well live out here." And it will absolutely annihilate the shopping system in London. They're hard enough done to as it is. So you carry on. You can. What your name is, Sadiq Khan. You're finished. You finish yourself. The people have had enough of you. You're silly with your stupid ideas. So who are you to tell? You work for us, not the other way round. You just all seem to think you're demigods in Parliament and everything. Oh, I'm raving tonight, aren't I? Right, that's it. I'm not going to do all the rest. As I said, 2 weeks. Remember, 2 weeks. I did say that white stuff will be falling from the sky in 2 weeks. So let's see if I'm right or wrong. We'll try to get more information as we go. I might be doing some bit of cooking, not a bit of cooking, but some menus for people to have shortly, because I'm having to change my diet again with the diabetes. So unfortunately, it's gone a little bit worse. So I've got to sort of like to lose some weight. So I'm going to be doing slimming. So I'll be doing some meals and telling you what to eat and what not to eat. And if you don't want to eat, to be quite honest, I'm not going to tell you. I'll tell you what I'm eating, and it's up to you whether you want to do, because we live in a democratic country. Yes! Okay, on that note, I hope you have a lovely night. Hope I haven't bored you too much. Remember, tell your friends, push, subscribe. You never know what's coming on this channel. Right, ta-ta!